Welcome to KRL. In your screen at the one time. Oh no! Look at this! Harvey Norman looking to make moves on Mighty Murph, but I reckon Barnes is going to make him pay. And he sticks it down the moments. Can't do it, almost sends Wilco off, but Wilco manages to keep his foot in the championship. But the new boy up to P5, look at that, he's trying to break the slipstream on the main straight. But he is under pressure here. Great effort from Static Hats. First, second, third, fourth and fifth all together. Speed's got a run on him. Is he going to make a move down into turn one? I reckon he is. Down the inside, he's basically fully sending it. The final corner, he will take P7 I reckon, but Jimbo and Rob Dog, he's going to get his first points of the year as well. Who's going to take? It's time to go racing for KRL. Nobody can hear me. Hello there and welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. And that is a very, very nice looking Mercedes-Benz there sitting in the pit lane belonging to our man Wilco. But we are back for another practice round here at Zolder in Belgium. And after, well, an unintentional week off because of a few multiplayer issues after the latest Assetto Corsa patch, Wilco, we're back finally.
Yes, we're back. I've just got stuff going in the background, so I'll let you commentate for this little bit.
Alright, so Nobby Nuts Racing, the guys out on track at the moment. We had a brief practice session before getting straight into the qualifying session. 15-minute qualifying, our usual Tier 2 time frames tonight. Here tonight, so the 15-minute qualifying session will be followed by a 30-minute race. And some pretty interesting racing here tonight. It's going to be about the pace. I think I heard Voodoo talk about tonight. But Wilco, it is going to be on for young and old tonight.
Yes, it is. Speaking of pace, we're going to introduce a new thing to the streams now. We're going to do it. We're going to call them KRL hot laps with the drivers. So this week it's Voodoo in the GT3 car. So we might throw to that, and we'll have a look at this track and. Yeah, see how these GT3 cars handle around Zolder.
Let's have a look at it. 4.011 kilometres around here at Zolder in Belgium. And to take you around on a hot lap this week, it's a bit of a new thing we're doing. It's going to be a Voodoo in the 666 Ferrari. Here we go. There we have it. That was a hot lap around Zolder here in Belgium, and a very nice lap indeed. And speak of the devil, yes, see what I did there, Wilco? Here he is, the 666 Ferrari of Voodoo. At least somebody laughs at my dad jokes, but this circuit's an interesting one. I think Voodoo is on a hot lap this time around, Wilco, as he comes across the line.
Yep.
Here we go.
Here we go. He's going to cross the line. Looks like a pretty tidy lap. Bang up to P2. So we had Bingo in the 129s, high 29s earlier. That lap of Voodoo you just saw was a 129.0. So these boys have got 9 minutes to find some time here. Track's going to rubber in nicely, and yeah, missing a few boys tonight. We've got no Caleb, Boss, Static, and who was the other guys we're missing? I've got a couple of new guys missing. But yeah, so we're back round 1 next week. We should have a full grid, so it should be good.
Round 1 next week, like we said, practice makes perfect. It's a final practice round, Wilco, before we get underway. Like we said before, we did lose a week there, didn't we, because of an update? But anyway, all is well now. 99% there, aren't we? We still haven't quite fixed that glitch up between the sessions in spectator mode. But anyway, Voodoo, it was a pretty tidy lap. But I tell you what, speaking of tidy laps there, Wilco, Binger has just said, how about some of this, a 1:30.363. This is looking pacey here.
Yeah, it's definitely. It takes a couple of laps with this new tyre model. That was in the recent update. I haven't done much GT3 running, but what I've heard is the tyres take a little bit longer to get up to temperature and pressure. So we should see in the second, third, fourth lap, should be a good times. As Voodoo's come around the last corner now, looks like a lot better lap. I reckon it could even be provisional pole here, Trev. I'm calling it.
Let's have a look at this. You can see the finish line there. Away he goes,
Bang.
and he does.
Oh, look at the gap.
Look at that gap, 0.018.
GRT next car across the line. GRT's going.
What's GRT going to do? Can he take it back? No, but I think he improved slightly there, did he? With the
yeah, I think so. Yeah, Aussie Thunder's next car.
Aussie Thunder.
Let's have a last corner now. Nice green and very Aussie livery, Trev.
Very nice indeed. Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Here he comes across the line. He improves by a 10th.
OGT next
Still
car.
Can't get out of that 5th position, but OGT comes across the line, yet to set a time. What can he do? Up to 4th. So between GRT and Nobby Nuts Racing for the Hot Nuts crew there. So OGT, very nice. Onto the second row of the grid, Wilco. Not a bad result for him, with 7 minutes and a bit of spare change to go in qualifying. But what times are we expecting here tonight, Wilco? Are we going to see anybody in the 129s, or is this about the pace we're going to see?
We will. I think we will see a 29. It's going to be a hot race too between Voodoo, Bingo, GRT and OGT. Those four have been really close on times. You can see they're sort of a little bit of a step above Nobby and the rest at the moment. But give those other boys some time just to get their lap in, and yeah, they'll be good to go.
And as we might just check who's coming across the line now.
Number 2 is the next car, so GRT is the next car across the line. He's going to the other cars are on an outlap.
So GRT,
here he comes. I reckon I haven't watched much this lap, but he's just getting faster and faster. So here we go, Trev.
He's currently sitting on a 1:30.6. Can he improve even more? Yes.
Oh.
Well, I said he needed, what did he need? About 3/6 or something, I think. But boy, oh boy, a 1:30.078, Wilco. So we are almost in that 1:29 time range. He seemed to have that hooked up very nicely indeed. And he's really set that high watermark for these other boys,
OGT.
Voodoo. Let's have a look.
I reckon OGT's going to go faster here.
Here we go, OGT across the line. He does go faster, Wilco, but not fast enough to get on provisional pole position in that Lexus. Is that one of the... No, we've got 2 Lexuses.
Yeah, that's a Lexus, yep.
In the field,
yeah, so
number 28.
One thing we have had in that recent update is we got the new Mercedes and the new Ferrari. So GRT, Nobby, Aussie are in the new Merc, and then Rick and Voodoo are in the new Ferrari. So you would have Rose Racing, Static, Caleb, they're in the new Ferrari as well, but they're not here tonight. They've got stuff on, which is fine because this was meant to be a week off before the round 1 next week because of the multiplayer glitches we had last week. We had to sort of push this back, so luckily we had a week off and we're get this second practice round done.
We just take a look at those times, but GRT is the man to beat. GRT. Oi, he's super pacey. GRT. Sorry, I'll stop that. But Binger up into second position. My Binger King, not too far off of pole position.
Oh, that's
and
close.
That is very pacey indeed. Who else is coming around? Voodoo on an outlap, I believe.
Aussie Thunder is the next card across the line,
Thunder.
but OGT, I've been on board with him. He's on a good lap here, so I reckon this time he's going to go 5.5 tenths quick. He's going to be just under a tenth in third place, so I'm calling that one.
Aussie
Here we
Thunder
go.
then, 6. So let's take a look. Who was next across the line?
OGT, Grenade couldn't improve. So next card, number 52, Rick Oztech. We haven't seen him tonight.
Number 52 there, Rick Oztech. What's he going to do? There's a yellow flag out there. The marshal's waving. 9 people watching. Get those comments in. Do not be shy. It is good to be back this week. Of course, last week, as Victory Rider says, g'day Trev and Wilco. Big hello to you, Victory Rider, long time watcher. G'day, how you going? What do you know? Thank you, Slim Dusty, there for that. But we did miss out a week of practice last week. It was postponed, wasn't it? Due to not due to COVID. Force of habit there, Wilco. It was because of an update that didn't quite fix. It was an update. I'm used to saying things are postponed and cancelled due to COVID, but that's the world we live in at the moment. But Rick Oztech inside that top 10. Wilco, you're ahead of It's the Wolf. What's he doing down there? He's in the pits, and it doesn't.
Oh, there we go. 129.
129. Binger. Oh, my Bingerling. Wonder if the kids are watching Dad go about his business, because that 129.8 is going to be very hard to beat as we count down qualifying. A bit over 3 minutes remaining in this session. And this is going to be really sets the scene, Wilco, for a very, very close race tonight. We're going to see some close action around this 4-kilometre circuit. It's hosted many different events over the years, Grand Prix and lots of other things Wikipedia won't load. Oh, there we go. DTM Champ Car, the 24 Hours of Zolder, just to name a few. And also, not a good race back in 1982. Where we lost Gilles Villeneuve as well. But anyway, enough about that depressing stuff. We've had enough of that in the last 12 months or so, Wilco.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is all about this action here tonight. GRT looked to have a bit of a moment there in the chicane there, but he's...
Voodoo's next car across the line here.
Let's have a look. Voodoo coming up towards the
purple sector 1, personal best sector 2, so can he a little bit, it wasn't too bad. He'd run a bit wide, that could have bottled the lap there, Trev.
And he was just not looking good out of that final corner. He has improved.
He lost a lot of time. He lost at about 2 tenths there, I reckon, maybe even 3. So
well,
he has
2 tenths.
2 laps left. Yeah, he has 2 laps left. As Binger goes even faster.
And Binger just goes even quicker. Well, it was a 129.8, I believe, and now it's a 129.5. So Binger, he's usually pretty good in qualifying, Wilco, but he is right up there, isn't he? 129.5. What sort of pace are we looking at for Tier 1 tomorrow night? Are we getting near Tier 1 pace, or still a fair way off?
Well, Tier 1, you remember, is in the Porsche Cup car, so they're about a second or 2 slower. So we're probably looking at maybe a high 130 for Tier 1 in the Cup car, which is a pretty good time. I think the Coach Dave time is a 131. So if we're under a 131, we're laughing, Trev. We're cooking.
Cooking with gas. Awesome stuff. So 90 seconds left in the session. We might keep it interesting here. GRT's in the pits. Voodoo is... he likes to do this, Voodoo, doesn't he?
He's still going.
He likes to set to get plenty of track time, doesn't he, Wilco, in these qualifying sessions, just to build the confidence heading into the race. Nothing wrong with that, but he is coming around again, isn't he, in the 666 Ferrari there, the Nigerian Prince, as he's better known to his friends.
Better exit of the last corner this time. Yes, that looks good. Here we go.
Good. Here
is
we
this pole position here?
Is it going to be pole position? He comes across the line. He needs a 129.5. It is. How good is that? 3 thousandths of a second. And he's got GOD written on his car. That was a lap of the gods, Wilco. He goes on to pole position with a 129.580.
OJT is still in lap though, so it's not over yet. You've got OJT, Rick and Nobby Nuts are the 3 on track still. 20 seconds left. This is going to be OJT's last lap, so can he improve? He's I know he can get into the 29, so hopefully He's got this Lexus Perlin on his last lap here, and he coming across the line. OGT, can he do it? Here he goes. Across the line.
Here he goes, OGT across the line.
5 tenths.
And who else have
Found
we got? Somebody's off.
Rick Oztech is off, so now it's up to Nobby Nuts as the last car remaining.
Rick Oztech and
nice gold livery. Nobby
Nuts for Hot Nuts Racing. Those adverts back in the 80s and 90s have a nibble on Nobby's nuts. Oh, and he just had a nibble of that curb there, Wilco. Not looking very good indeed. And Hot Nuts Racing will come across the line now, and that will be all for this qualifying session. He cannot improve, and he is off.
Hang on. OGT's actually still got another lap. He got in, so he's... oh, no, he's backed out now.
He has backed out, and I tell you what, the fans are not backing out here. 10 people, double figures. Not quite 13, but look at OGT's wheels there.
Yeah, very...
You've got to be pretty...
very sassy.
Pretty confident man to. I feel like wearing the green boots in the football, isn't it? You've got to be. You've got to have.
Or wearing the gold change as a white boy.
You're going to run with the bling. You've got to be able to back it up. But there we go, OGT. That is the end of this session. That man starting on the second row of the grid. But what a lap from Voodoo, the Nigerian prince. I think he left a comment saying that's as close as it gets. Well, it can't get much closer than that, that's for sure. Holy shit. Just keep that language, keep it nice and clean.
Holy shed.
Holy shed, family-friendly stuff. 80s Happy Pants, Victory Rider. As, boy, these boys are up and about here tonight. But, well, with 1 minute and 46 seconds remaining till the race start, Wilco, I better jump out as much fun as we're having here and get ready for the race.
Yeah, so throw to our beautiful intro by Old Mate Voodoo, and we'll be back for the formation lap.
We'll be back
here at Zolder.
Right after this. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Kid Buyers YouTube channel, the home of motorsport.
Intro, it's good.
Welcome
so
back,
safety cars out.
ladies and gentlemen, and not sure whether you heard that, but we might have the safety car out at the moment.
Rolling start.
Rolling start. Do we need that safety car graphic up there?
You can put it up if you want.
There we go. We've got the safety car cutting edge. Let's just fix that up. We've got the safety car. Look at the graphics, if you don't mind. I've kind of put it just above your head there, Wilco, as you drive around. So that's Very nice indeed. Safety car,
See
safety
halo, halo.
Yes, that took me all day when I was meant to be working, but just cutting edge stuff here. That's what you get with KRL. But boy, these rolling starts are also a bit... I'm nervous, Wilco. You're leading the pack around. Voodoo on pole position with a stonking lap of 128.5 something, and he was absolutely on fire. That livery is also pretty lit that you've got there, Wilco, but you can see there on your screen, safety car. We've got that little safety car. There isn't really a major incident, folks, but I couldn't get that off that particular picture. But anyway, Wilco smashing his safety rating, says Victory Rider. So he is leading the pack. Position he has become accustomed to being the world champion, of course. But Victory Rider, I love that. Fernando Alonso is back, isn't he, for 2021? As we get ready to go racing here, we're almost ready to go. What will these drivers be thinking? We're missing a few tonight. There are a few boys missing, but they will be back. The real stuff kicks off next week. And here we go. We are just... There we go. Safety car. We can get rid of that now. And we are ready to go racing with our pole position man, Voodoo. As here we go. Rolling start then. So Voodoo becomes the safety car here as we get ready to go racing. Binger alongside him there with GRT. And all very formal at this stage, Wilco, but that is probably about to change very shortly there. 11 drivers, 10 in fact. We don't, not including Wilco, the safety car driver, but here we go. We are ready to go racing here at Zolder. 30 minutes of action. Oh. And it is go, 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 and there's contact already. Absolute carnage at the back. Nobby Nuts was involved there, along with Aussie Thunder, I think, and it could have been OGT as well, but Voodoo gets away cleanly. Is there a safety car? Safety car. We reckon we could use that graphic again. It would also give me another chance to do that, but there we have it. As you can see there, we are calling a safety car out, and there's another driver off. GRT's off as well, so we do have the safety car out now. So there's not much we could do here, I reckon, and we're going to see that man, where is he? Jason Wilkinson. No, the safety car's sitting in the pit lane. And Wilco's just gone across to the game chat there. So is it coming out, Wilco? What is going on here tonight?
Yeah, safety car is coming out in a second. My controls are locked, so we should hopefully be out before the drivers get around to finish the first lap.
So hopefully once the controls unlock for Wilco, he'll be able to get out onto the circuit. You've got a bit of time there, I reckon, Wilco, before the drivers come around. Aussie Thunder leading the way, but absolute carnage off the start. A bit like, was it Magello in the F1? You know, they sort of bunched up on the start line.
You can shit.
So
yeah, pretty much. I think it was Voodoo. Sort of. I told the boys there was a go point, and Voodoo went a bit after that go point. So a bit of miscommunication there, but we're all good. Safety car right up, and yeah, we're good to go.
So Aussie Thunder is in the pits. So that is interesting, but Voodoo...
Yeah, all the boys can pit. That's one of the new rules. So you can pit on the safety car. So everyone's probably going to pit. Unless you really want track position. But other than that, I'm sitting here on the exit turn 1 just waiting.
Just waiting for a mate, but I think we found that out a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? Was it OGT or somebody pitted?
Yeah.
And then he ended up miles ahead, didn't he? But and a lot of the other boys missed out on their opportunity. But you can see there on your screen, safety car has been deployed. So you might be waiting there for a little while, I think, Wilco, because these pit stops
I think heat has gone through.
Yep, so heat's gone through. So you pick up the first car, yep, and the rest can
picked him up now.
Join. So I guess it's one of the good features of this game that we can sort of control the race. And yeah, just I didn't see all of that incident because I was riding on board with Voodoo, Wilco. I'm not sure what you saw, but I think everyone was involved. It might have been, was it Nobby Nuts and
I think I was on board with OGT and he got tagged by Nobby, but Nobby was already sideways, so he got tagged by someone else. So this is why we have practice races. We work out go points and stuff. So yeah, Voodoo was a little bit late on the go point there, but might have been just a complete misunderstanding, which is fine because we'll be right for Silverstone next week.
Sounds good. So there we have it. So Jason in the safety car, and you you can see their heat has elected to go through, so that might... well, he's taken track position, hasn't he? But he will still have to pit, won't he, later on?
I think he might pit. I think he might have sort of missed or didn't realise there was a safety car, and now he has, so he might pit under safety car here. So we'll see. Where is everyone else on track? About 40 seconds behind, so
yep. I think
effectively Binger and Voodoo are first and second.
So Binger and Voodoo first and second there. Rick Oztech is also back out onto the circuit. Good vibes coming out onto the track as well. 24 minutes remaining in this race, and Victory Rider says, guys, he's got some great news. Hooked XR8's surgery went to plan yesterday, so that is very good news. We like to hear good news
That's
here.
Good, yeah, I like that.
At KRL, so that is very good news, and hopefully he'll be back behind the wheel shortly, Wilco.
Yeah, that would be nice. Not sure if he has this game, but yeah, at least the surgery's gone well. That's the main thing.
Great news. Thank you for that, Victory Rider. Awesome stuff. Great to hear that. Always love a good news story, and thank you, mate, for watching. And it's an absolute pleasure to bring you this race here tonight, and should be back early March. So that is great news there, and back in the simulator, in the cockpit seat there to go again. And who knows, you might even pick this game up on special, and we might even be seeing you as part of the streaming action here. Great stuff. Nobby Nuts then back to the on-track action. We've got a stop-go penalty for GRT, 30 seconds. So that might be something
he might be able
do.
to get that done now, and he might be able to catch up.
Yep.
In time, but all the leaders are caught up to me now, so we're safety car's underway.
So here we go. The safety car's still out at the moment. You can see there Binger leading Voodoo, Aussie Thunder, Rick Oztech. So the Nigerian Prince there up into effectively second position, and Wilco leading the pack around there in that safety car. So Binger, Voodoo, Aussie Thunder, Rick Oztech, OGT coming around the back, and GRT absolutely spot on there, Wilco. That is a very nice livery, isn't it? Plenty of Mercs in this lineup tonight, and GRT is coming to serve his stop-go penalty now. And, well, I think everyone's got a clean sheet, don't they, Wilco? After that, we almost might be ready to go racing.
Yeah, we'll go at the end of this lap, so GRT has about a minute to catch up, and we should be good to go. But we might throw out to the viewers. Is there any questions to all these 11 viewers at the moment?
Any questions, comments, feedback? We would love to hear it. Let us know. Let us know how we sound, in fact. Hopefully the audio levels are fine. They were absolutely spot on a couple of weeks ago, Wilco, when we did our last stream. So if it ain't broke, we won't change anything. So here comes GRT, and he's going to be pushing it here, GRT. I reckon he's just coming out of this. It's a long pit lane, and you boys, I guess you boys are going fairly slowly. I reckon he might be all right, but it's going to be touch and go, Wilco. To see whether he can catch up to the pack, but he will be approaching at racing speed. So we might head back to the front of the pack, and there we have it. So Wilco leading them, and safety car in this lap. You need lights on the top of the car, Wilco,
Yeah,
or something.
I've got lights off now, so...
Okay, yep. Way ahead of me there, but 11 gorgeous people watching. And how good is this? 11 people racing out there on the circuit, 11 people watching, all for a practice evening, if you don't mind. Don't forget, we kick off the real stuff next week, but you can see off goes Wilco into the distance, into the pit lane. Binger picks up the lead from the safety car, and Voodoo is not giving him any room at all as we get ready to go racing once again. Oh, there would look to be contact there already. As here we go then, onto the start-finish straight, but Binger is someone I don't think GRT is going to make it there at the back, but we are ready to go racing once again. Binger leads Voodoo from OGT, already up to third place ahead of Aussie Thunder and Rick Oztech, but Binger comes around the first corner, so Voodoo has lost the lead. Cola Commando, that livery, the GTR livery, looking very nice indeed. Hello to you, Cola Commander. Great to have your company with us here tonight. Here we go, lap 4 at Zolder in Belgium. We are racing again here, and it is Binger leading Voodoo by 0.4 of a second, but the gap looks much closer than that. OGT in third, Aussie Thunder fourth, Rick Oztech Good to see him up there in 5th. Nobby Nuts in 6th. And it's the Wolf, a very jam-packed midfield at the moment. It's only going to get closer, Wilco, as well, with less than 20 minutes remaining in this race now. Nobby Nuts for the Hot Nuts Racing concern, right up behind Rick Oztech. Heat is down in 9th position, and GRT, he's not going to be happy with you as the safety car driver, Wilco, I don't reckon, but he is bringing up the back of the field in 10th, 16 seconds off the pace, and with plenty to do here tonight.
Yeah, so unfortunately, that's something we can't take into account. If you speed in the pit lane, you're going to have to do an extra pit stop, so we can't sort of do an extra lap going too slow since there hasn't been much racing. But 20-minute sprint race, I guess, is underway now, Trev.
It's underway, and Binger still leads the pack at the moment. I guess it's fair enough, though, isn't it, Wilco? If someone's got a stop-go penalty for 30 seconds. Oh, Binger off the track there. Seemed to put a wheel in the grass there, Wilco, but Voodoo is...
Oh, Nobby Nuts got a run on Rick Oztech here.
Falling back, and Nobby Nuts and Rick Oztech go across the line. Get this. 0.001 seconds, 1,000th of a second.
Oh,
and
Nobby.
Oh, he's off the circuit there.
Good
He's
save.
had a moment. Good save and good vibes. Look to just cut across him there. It's the Wolf involved as well. Heat's still interested behind them, but not a bad save there from Nobby Nuts. And you start to get a little bit worried, don't you, Wilco? When you see that sort of incident, you just panic and think they're going to come back onto the circuit. But good stuff there from Nobby Nuts Racing, although he is down to 7th at the moment. It is Binger who has got pace here, Wilco. 1.1 seconds out in front, and Kohler says, come on, Nobby, squirrel those nuts, not get them kicked in. Nice, says Kohler Commander. Great to have your company, along with Victory Rider as well. But it's all Rick Oztech. The back end of the car getting away from him there, and he's dropped a place, but 5 laps gone. It is my Bingerling, 1.8 seconds ahead of Voodoo, who's 1.5 seconds ahead of Rick Oztech. Then it is Aussie Thunder, but this midfield battle is hectic. There's barely any room here, Wilco.
Yeah, I think... Oh, what's going on with Nobby? Something's happened to Nobby. His car's turned off. There you go, he's back on his car just turned off, so he must have actually flicked the switch, and he's lost all that time. But that was a good little battle there between those boys, and Rick Oztech's all over the back of the Wolf now, and yeah, looking good. I'm liking this.
Here we go, Rick Oztech, just a practice round, but it's more than that for these guys, I reckon. But here we go, it's the Wolf. Is not Rick Oztech, I should say, not too far behind the Wolf of Wall Street. And they're a little bit behind Good Vibes up there in 5th, so he's really streaking away there. He's got a few seconds on this lot, but lap number 6 here at Zolder in Belgium. Don't forget to tune in next week when the real action begins for KRL. And what is going on? It is so close in that middle part of this pack, but Heat is right at the back of them, but Good Vibes trying to get away here, but 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th all together. And Nobby Nuts, well, he's got, he might have GRT for company shortly down there at the back.
GRT just did fast lap of the race, so he's looking real quick here as Binger's pulled away again. But I'll tell you, OGT, Aussie Thunder's a bit of a surprise. I'm liking this, Aussie. He's looking good, but yeah, OGT sort of hanging on to Voodoo, sort of followed leader at the moment, Trev.
It certainly is. We get a bit of that in Formula One. I had my niece play the F1 game for the first time earlier this afternoon, and we did 3 races at Albert Park. I know I'm digressing a bit, Wilco, but have a guess the first thing she said. Does that bloody idiot Hamilton win every race? And I said yes. That's pretty much what happens. I'm honest truth, the first thing that she said, and he's very annoying as well. But anyway, Aussie Thunder then in 4th, doing very nicely indeed. And he's sitting very nicely in 4th place there, Wilco. He's, what is he, 7 seconds ahead of Good Vibes, 3 behind OGT. Whereabouts?
Halfway to go.
Half the race gone, half still to go. You know the drill by now.
OGT.
And OGT had a moment there into the chicane, and now Voodoo's got some breathing space. What happened there, Wilco? He just looked to outbrake himself heading into that turn.
Yeah, correct. He just went too deep into the corner. He hit the curb sideways, but actually didn't Yeah, he didn't actually spin, which is surprising. You usually hit that curb with your rear wheel, you're going to flip, but you did it right there.
There we have it. So we beat the race control. We beat Chris Gale, didn't we, on the race control? Half the race gone, half the race gone, half's to go. 14 and a half minutes left in this one. But Binger, who can catch Binger? As Victory Rider says, no, Murray Walker tonight. Well, Murray's big hello to Murray Walker, who's about 106 or so. But Bingerling, Murray, I think I said go, 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 but I'm not too sure. I'm 97 now. Thank you for that, Victory Rider. But Binger looking very pacey indeed. But Voodoo keeping that gap at a steady 2.5 seconds. And you can see there still hunting him down is OGT. But that moment's cost him there, Wilco.
Oh, uh-oh. GRT and Rick Oztech just had a crash.
And there's a crash there. I'm not sure what that stupid marshal's doing there. He's waving a green flag. So he was waving a yellow flag. Now he's waving a white flag. He was waving a yellow flag right through qualifying. We'll go, and then when there's finally an accident in that part of the circuit, he's waving a green one. So I'm not sure what's going on with these Belgian marshals. And you didn't. He says I didn't say go, 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 and I'm a very shattered viewer. And that's a very shattered piece of polystyrene there, because GRT, and what happened to Rick Oztech there?
They had a crash. Rick, well, they must side by side through the last corner, and it looked like Rick might have just sort of opened the steering up a little bit, trying to get traction, and just sort of tagged GRT, and then GRT must have thought it was his fault, so he readdressed. And now they both got damaged, so they're trying to get going on the track.
So trying to be friendly with each other hasn't worked out, but they're having their own little battle for the final points-paying positions. If you are new to KRL, welcome to you. We run an F1-style point system. I don't think we have a point for the fastest lap, do we, Wilco? But
no.
Rick Oztech, I know that the new dirt game is out, isn't it? But Rick Oztech going through the gravel there, trying a bit of an interesting line through that particular corner, but that's not going to help him in his pursuit of GRT. But GRT is he's making up a bit of ground here as Rick Oztech off again onto the marbles. So
Nobby and Heat having a nice little battle here.
And
teammates.
Who are we looking at here? We're looking
Nobby
at Nobby Nuts and Heat XL. And he is putting the heat on to Nobby Nuts. And
they're called Hot Nuts Racing because they're teammates.
Hot Nuts Racing. And these two, are we going to get any team orders here, I wonder? Are these boys in a little chat of their own? Surely not.
But surely not in a practice round.
Surely not in a practice round.
Wait till Jono races tomorrow night. I'll be telling him, as he's my teammate, multi-21. No, multi-12, because I'm number 1, he's number 2. So multi-12, yeah.
And I'm sure you'll get protection as usual, and that's the way it goes. You are the champion, of course. But I remember those words. It couldn't happen, could it? It couldn't happen, could it? The 2002 Austrian Grand Prix with Rubens Barrichello until that last corner when Schumacher got very close. Very close. In fact, so close he won the race. So anyway, I'm going off topic here. But Heat XL now, he's dropped back. He must have made a mistake, Wilco. He's now 3.3 seconds, and that I think I've seen someone go off. I think Heat. We'll just wait for the Belgian cameraman to go off there. We've got
Heat.
Yellow flags. I think Heat is off the track somewhere. The camera's catching up. As Victory Rider says, maybe we could practice team orders. Maybe that's what the practice rounds are for. Thank you for that, Victory Rider. But Heat, well, you might say the heat is off Nobby Nuts because his teammate...
He's not on.
The heat isn't on. It's on. He's off the track. Anyway, you know what happens when we start singing. The viewers have gone down to 7 people, but it's good to have each and every one of you out there. Not much happening. I think it's going to be one of those, Wilco. But anyway, Binger on lap 10 leads this race. Look at that. But Voodoo, that gap now down to 2.3. So Binger had all the pace at the start of this one, Wilco. But Voodoo and OGT keeping him honest here with 10 minutes left.
Yeah, so I wonder if Binger's sort of struggling tyre maybe. He's just trying to make sure he doesn't get any penalties. Maybe we can't see how many warnings he gets. So in this game you get 3 warnings, and on your 4th strike is a drive-through penalty. So, ooh, hiccups. So maybe he's on 2 corner cuts already, maybe 3. Definitely no. I know if I get 2 or 3, I've got to really back it off to make sure you don't get another one. But he's back out to 2.5 seconds, so maybe we're looking alright, Trev.
Maybe he is looking good. Maybe he's controlling the pace. Maybe he's telling Bono that the tyres are gone, and then he'll proceed to get back on the pace and set purple sectors. But Voodoo, we might go through this field. And I've got to say, I reckon the fat lady hasn't quite sung yet, Wilco. But Binger and Voodoo and OGT, you're 1, 2, and 3. But then Good Vibes, 18 seconds further back. And, well, he's all on his own, isn't he? He's got Aussie Thunder 3.2 seconds further back. But he's sitting pretty for 4th place in the number 60 McLaren there. Sponsored by the good people at EMA Group. I think there's an Aussie flag on the front of that. And speaking of Aussie Thunder, get your comments in. Who is your driver of the day? Never sure why I say that like Martin Brundle, but it's become a bit of a force of habit. Get your comments in. I know you're out there. I know you're out there watching. Wherever you're watching from, whether you're watching from the lounge room on the big TV, you've taken over the lounge, you're watching in bed on your phone. That's keep it family friendly though, but wherever you're watching, it is great to have you with us. Like we keep saying, it's the last practice round. That's right.
OGT and Voodoo catching up to each other here.
OGT and Voodoo. That gap to the lead is still 2 point. How about English, Trev? Give it a try. It's gone to 3 seconds now, but this gap between OGT, all pressure on Voodoo. And it might only be a practice round, Wilco, but how do we think Voodoo can handle this pressure at the moment? Because sometimes when you get up in his mirrors, he can make mistakes, but he's looking good so far.
Well, it depends how much freedom bubbles Voodoo has had, if he's focused on them. Now, OGT, I don't want to sort of, throw him under the bus, but he is a big advocate of the freedom bubbles as well. So it's freedom bubbles 1 and 2, and 2 and 3. So we'll see who comes out on top, whoever has the most focus at the moment.
There we go. So I think we worked it out. I don't know where you get 50-cent cones from. Minus 70 cents.
Oh, here we go, OGT.
Oh, OGT. Enough about the cones. OGT had a sneaky little look down the inside, but he didn't get the move done there. Speaking of cones, one's knocked over in the background there, but Voodoo and OGT, this is very, very spicy, as your friend and mine, Rob Spicy Boy, would say. Sir William Pearson not with us tonight, keeping an eye on things over there in Murray Bridge, South Australia. Big hello to you too, along with the 8 viewers here tonight. But OGT is getting very, very, very close here, Wilco. Where are the best passing opportunities for OGT here on Voodoo?
It's going to have to be the hairpin, I guess. It's really the only one, unless you make Voodoo go a little bit shallow into one of the corners and get a better... Oh, speaking of shallow into the corners... Oh, I'll tell you what this is going to be. Oh, OGT.
Oh, OGT. Went then. Nice save. Second person we've seen almost lose it through turn 1 there, but he had a look down the inside, couldn't get the move done. And he is all over the back of Voodoo, and that Ferrari, the Nigerian prince, needs to have possibly the widest car in all of Nigeria tonight, because he is going to have to do everything here if he is going to hold on to second place. And OGT, the number 28 Lexus, is looking very nice indeed. And Voodoo, it's not the easiest track to pass, Wilco, but if he just can put that Ferrari in the right areas when he needs to, he could hold on to second place here, but I'm not going to put the house on it at this stage. Let's check with the TAB. What was it, Sportsbet?
OGT's paying $1. They're both paying $1 for the podium though. So they've already paid out, Trev.
They've already paid out. And get on to George Russell as well, sitting at $15 for the championship. I think they know something that Toto mightn't know, or we don't know. But anyway, he's got 1 month left to sign. But anyway, that's another story. Voodoo Child, the Nigerian prince. It's usually him getting the bank account details off of people. But tonight it is OGT asking him for the bank account details.
And the best way, sorry to cut in here, the best way to sort of get someone into mistake, especially this track, is force them to the inside there, which is what OGT did. You can then go for a wider run, force them to the inside here again, so then they defend the inside, which is sort of the opposite to what happened there. No GT was sort of too far on the inside. But if you can get a really good run, you'll carry all that momentum all through this corner here, and then you should be able to get them into the chicane here, or at least make them defend on the inside of the chicane, which would fuck their line, which would stuff their lineup, and then you're all over them. So it's just about placing your car in their mirrors and making them drive the wrong line, because there's very one line around this track. If you sort of force a mistake, just got to get the old lights flashing, do everything you can just to really put some pressure on you, Trev. And hopefully, I don't have to do that tomorrow night, I'll be leading, but if I'm not, you'll see what I am doing is just, constantly being in the mirrors, filling the mirrors up, and just showing the nose every now and then, just so they start thinking about defending, and then that's when you can strike. And as soon as they start defending, you can go, mate. Best overtaker last season, Trev, as voted by the drivers, so I know what I'm talking about.
He certainly does, and that, my friends, was the advice of a world champion. That's right, KRL. We do go global, of course, with our friends overseas. Like we always say, wherever you're watching right around the world, world champion telling us how it is done. But what's that, I hear you ask? How long to go in this race? There is 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining now, if you don't mind. And that gap is getting closer all the time. It's hard to take my eyes off this one. Are there any other battles going on? I think Nobby Nuts is looking at the back of It's the Wolf here in the Nissan. And Nobby Nuts, I thought he was going into the pits there, but he just outbraked himself going into the last corner, and he's off the track again. So that is not good. The old commentator's curse, Wilco. As soon as we jumped on board with Hot Nuts Racing, it all went tits up, and Voodoo slow. What is going on here, Wilco? Voodoo is slow. OGT's up to second place. Disaster for the Nigerian Prince.
He hasn't run out of fuel, has he? I missed what happened. Oh no, he's back going again, but he's still in for the podium. So luckily, Sportsbet aren't going bankrupt with the payout they did about 2 minutes ago. But I'll jump on the replay and have a look. Maybe he's just cut the corner again, so maybe something's going on. Maybe he's run out of fuel, running low on fuel. I'll check the replays and get back to you.
And Wilco checking the replay there. He's knocked off a few more cones just to add to the freedom tally today. But Voodoo in third place, so he's not under threat. Or is he? Well, he's he's a fair way ahead of Good Vibes in fourth place then, with 2 minutes to go in this race. 16 laps gone. Our leader crosses the line. So what are we going to see here? Maybe 2 more laps, I think, in this race, possibly. 2 more laps. So we're going to get about 18 laps here in this race. OGT now
that's what's happened.
Dropped further back. What happened, Wilco?
Turn 4, he just lost the back end and drifted through the corner. So he's obviously cooked his tyres. So he's just trying. That's why he's going slow, trying to get back tyres back under the pressure, because it would have blown up there, truly. So that turn, which the corner he's going through now, that corner there was the one where you can see his tyre marks go off to the gravel there. He just lost the back end, just turned in limit too hard, and round she went.
The 2 big words there, Wilco, I heard you say, under pressure. Dun, 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 dun. And that's what can happen. It can happen in an instant. Just a moment. That's all it takes, Wilco, between becoming...
Nobby and Wolf having a battle here too.
And let's just have a look. And Nobby Nuts wants a little nibble of It's the Wolf, and It's the Wolf getting a wheel onto the gravel there. Don't you love these old school circuits? The 2 golden boys going at it. That's what I was about to say. That's what I love about these old school tracks, Wilco. There's no margin for error. You've got the concrete walls, the gravel traps, the grass. None of this runoff Bahrain stuff. And it's
the airtime from Wolfie.
And a bit of Air Jordan there, if you don't mind, from It's the Wolf. I thought he...
the leader is on the final lap.
Leader is on the final lap. Thank you for that, Chris Gale. Don't blush, baby. And It's the Wolf there. He's probably not Jamaican or whatever. But anyway, It's the Wolf. It's kind of stuck now and seems to get a little bit funnier every time I do it. But Nobby Nuts right up behind It's the Wolf. Wilco, where can he get by? We haven't got very long left, have we, in this one?
Yeah, these boys are going to lap it a bit here. So he's going to get the exit, which he has. He's just being very careful. He doesn't want to put have a crash on the penultimate lap here, but he's got to get there to defend. He's giving a little nudge. He gave him a little nudge. I think he's going to readdress here, which he is. He's pulling to the left. That's very nice. very gentlemanly. I'm sure we're not going to see this come next week in round one, but there you go. He's not letting it go. Yeah, he's just saying you go. So
Yep.
a bit of you go, I go. No, you go, you go. Oh, sorry, mate. And
Yes.
About 30 seconds.
Classic as we go back to Binger. Sounds a bit like the old 12th man. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, and then you stupid. Anyway, we might
shout at the bar.
we'll leave it there. But and here we go then. Binger, my Bingerling coming up to Rick Oztech, but he's not going to worry him too much, because he has been supreme here tonight at Zolder in Belgium. Rick facing the wrong way there. That's not the way you want to be looking as the winner comes across the line. He dominated in qualifying and he's dominated in the race. Grand slam for my Bingerling. And he finishes in P1, Sebastian, P1. And it looked like he wanted it bad enough. And he got it. And OGT in second with those wheels, the green wheels. You got to be travelling along pretty. You got to have your confidence levels up to use them.
Backwards halfway down the front straight too. Remember at the start of the race. So luckily the safety car helped him out there, and yeah, you can get a nice P2 there. And
Voodoo Child finishing in third. Baby, my Voodoo Child. And here comes Good Vibes. That Marshall needs a fair speaking to, I reckon, in the post-race analysis here. But Good Vibes in fourth. Where's Aussie Thunder? He comes across the line in fifth. And here we go. After you. This is where it all went pear-shaped on the last lap. But I reckon Nobby Nuts on the inside. It's the Wolf is going to get him here. He cuts in front. I shouldn't say cut in front. It looked all pretty fair there. But It's the Wolf comes across the line. And he is going to get sixth place. Seventh is Nobby Nuts Racing. Heat XL across the line. And that is it. We are done and dusted here as we wait for our top three to join the post-race driver interviews. Ping, ping, ping. And, yep, pinging here. All sorts of stuff happening there. But to the drivers just joining the post-race interviews at the moment, Wilco, take it away. We've got Binger in first. OGT in second and Voodoo in third. The Nigerian Prince saying he was a little bit unlucky at the end, couldn't save it, went for a minimal damage to the tyres, but he still ended up in third place, Wilco, as I think we've got all the guys in the party chat at the moment.
Yeah, we're all here.
All here, so take it away, Trev.
All right, Bingerling, now, mate, you dominated in qualifying. I know it is just a practice round, but practice makes perfect, as we know. And talk us through your race, mate. Were you just managing that gap back to the guys in second and third behind you? And you really dominated tonight, mate. Talk us through it.
Yeah, thanks, Trev. Yeah, I was a bit lucky on the old pit stop there. It must be a bit easier to change the Nissan tyres than the Ferrari tyres, I'm gathering. I sort of got out in front of him there and yeah, just tried to manage the gap. My tyres were getting a bit shot after pitting so early. But yeah, just managed the gap, and Voodoo kept me honest, and our mate OG at the end there, Voodoo must have had a spin or something. I didn't quite see where he went, but yeah, quite a good race.
Good stuff, Binger. That fantastic effort, mate. And it is only a practice round, but you're going in with plenty of confidence, mate, and good form into next week. So great job.
Thanks, mate.
All right, say hi to the family for us as we move along to OGT. 328 OGT, mate. Have you got us there?
Yeah, Trev, how you going, man?
Good stuff, mate. Going very nicely, in fact. So thank you for asking. But, mate, second position in the end. You had a great battle there with Voodoo before that ended quite abruptly, mate. But talk us through your race. P2, practice round, but still not a bad result tonight.
Not a bad result. After being in the pits, got hit about 3 seconds after the race started.
Yeah, we saw that.
End up with 45 seconds of, pit stop and damage, so 15 seconds of damage. Did a lot, came out. I knew I'd cycle up to the front somewhere. And then I was stuck behind Voodoo. His tyres were going away, mine were coming good. I thought I might have been able to get to Binger at the end, but I made a couple of mistakes going into the chicanes, as you do. And so, yeah, but my car was good, and it was a great race, and Spew and Voodoo sort of lost the back end because that was hot. It was thick and fast, thanks. And good on you, Binger. Good race, man.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Good stuff. Fantastic result
and,
for you. Yep.
and could I just throw in a quick plug? ORL Saturday night GT3s round 1 Silverstone, 35 minutes. Thanks, boys.
It. Great stuff. OGT there, P2 in the end, and get amongst it. OGT's league as well. And Voodoo, hello to you, brother. Congrats to Binger. Incredible pace, all race OGT. What a race. Can't wait until the points are on the line. Thanks for that comment, Voodoo. But, mate, talk us through your race. I think we've covered it already, but a good battle there with OGT and Binger at the start, mate. But just fell back a little bit in the end, but still P3 in the end. You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, really happy with it. It was a really good race. Like, I don't think I could have done anything more. That unlucky spin at the end was just getting a little bit too confident with this new Ferrari here, and yeah, just overworking the car where I should have just been savouring it. But no, it was a really good race. Going back to classic barn burners with OG, you know. Yeah, I can't wait until points are on the line. It's really going to matter. So, yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be a really good season. So, cheers, boys.
Good stuff. Voodoo there, our man in P3 tonight. But it was Binger taking the win, OGT in second. Great result considering what he went through in the early parts of the race. And along with him, Voodoo, the man you just heard from. And congratulations, guys. And we will see you next week when the real stuff begins.
Cheers, Trev.
Great stuff, boys. Fantastic effort there tonight. Our top three. And speaking of next week, Jason Wilkinson, what have we got in store? It all kicks off. Oh, we're back tomorrow night, aren't we? Are we streaming tomorrow night, Luca? What's going on?
Yeah, mate, of course. We're
of course.
We got a practice round here tomorrow night. The Tier 1 boys got a sprint round practice, so short, sharp 7-minute quali sessions.
And
and 20-minute race. Porsche Cup cars, yep,
Porsche Cup cars.
So that's going to be nice and tasty. Hopefully two different pole sitters and 2 different race winners will be a nice little shake up of the grid, and yeah, should be good. So these boys here, we'll see them all next week for round 1 at Silverstone Wednesday night.
Round 1, that's right, at Silverstone next week. Tier 2 Wednesday nights, you can see it on your screen actually. Tier 2 Wednesday nights, Tier 1 Thursday nights. Big shout out to you, Voodoo, for all of our graphics here at KRL. Thumbnails, graphics, overlays.
Intros, hot laps,
Intros, hot laps, you name it. Doesn't do the safety car graphics, but still just has a crack at it all, and he's an absolutely incredible bloke as well. Jump across to V is for Voodoo on YouTube and check out his live streams. Love the live streaming as well. So great stuff, but we are almost out of time. We'll be back, as you heard Wilco say, tomorrow night from 8 p.m. Melbourne, Sydney time for Tier 1. We're going to see the Tier 1 boys come out to play, but tonight it was my Bingerling taking a very dominant win here at Zolder. OGT in second, Voodoo in third, and that's all we've got time for. Thank you, Wilco.
Yes, thank you. We'll catch you tomorrow night.
Can't wait for it. Cola, Victory, everybody leaving your comments and watching the stream. Great to have your support. Great to have your company as well. Stay safe. Be kind to one another. Don't forget to social distance. All of that jazz. And we'll be back tomorrow night. But for